Alright guys, so a report just came out a little bit ago this morning regarding Packers left tackle David Bakhtiari. The Green Bay Packers are expected to release All-Pro offensive tackle David Bakhtiari per The Athletic. Now, as of right now, this is just a report from The Athletic. This isn't coming from David Bakhtiari or his camp or the Green Bay Packers stating, hey, we're going to release David Bakhtiari. That much has not been announced yet. Do I think that's going to happen? Yes, 100%. I've been saying this for the last couple months here. When we go over the salary cap implications of David Bakhtiari, I think a release is most likely. And you might be sitting here wondering, well, why wouldn't the Packers trade David Bakhtiari? At least try to get some value back for a former all-pro left tackle. And I would agree with you, but the thing is, you can't trade a player until the new league year start, which is in the middle of March. Then, if you were to go down that road and say trade Bakhtiari to just say, for example, the Jets, he would have to then pass a physical with the Jets. And if he didn't, then he would revert back to the Green Bay Packers, where then they're stuck with him. And then if they try to cut him then Bakhtiari can easily file an injury grievance and still come after the whole $40 million he's due in 2024. So it's a very weird situation, and the course of least restriction, in my opinion, would be to release David Bakhtiari. So this report here does make sense to me. This report here is likely what is going to happen. This isn't set in stone. This doesn't mean the Packers are 100% releasing David Bakhtiari, but I figured I'd make a video about it to more specifically go into David Bakhtiari, because I have talked about him in my salary cap videos. But this is a very important thing that's going to happen for the Packers, for both their salary cap, for both their future at offensive line at left tackle with Rasheed Walker, or potentially drafting someone early in this draft. It's going to change a lot of things. And, you know, whatever happens with David Bakhtiari, I wish him the best. I loved the time he was here at Green Bay, especially as a team leader. Of course, as a left tackle when he is playing, he's one of the best in the NFL. There is no denying that. It's just he hasn't really been available. This injury has pretty much ruined his career, if we're being honest. I mean, it sucks because he was one of the better tackles in the NFL and likely would have kept playing and going on to a Hall of Fame career at left tackle. And that ACL injury, man, just derailed his entire career. And it's a shame. And it's a shame the Packers are still going to have to pay at least half of his, this upcoming year contract at around $19 million. Regardless of what happens with him. But again, whatever happens with David Bakhtiari, I do wish him the best, and whether that's a release and another team hopefully picks him up and he can continue to play if he is indeed healthy, or if the Packers do end up trading him and going down that road, which I don't see happening. Hopefully he gets to another team like the Jets where he can, finish out his career with someone like Aaron Rodgers or something of that sort. So we're going to dive into David Bakhtiari's contract and kind of take a look at what that would look like for the Packers salary cap in specific. But before we do that, I do want to let you guys know that this video is being sponsored by Sleeper. And right now on Sleeper, if you sign up with the link down in the description and use code BASS as you see on the screen here, or scan the QR code, you can get up to a $500 first deposit match on Sleeper with my code BASS. And on Sleeper, there are plenty of different games to choose from. And right now on Sleeper, as we see here on the left, I'm looking at college basketball. Now, there's plenty of different sports to choose from. Obviously, the NFL isn't going on right now. I like to look at college basketball, but there's the NBA, the NHL, and MLB when that comes around as well. So there's tons of different sports to look at, tons of different options to bet on, and it's very easy to do so. So as you see here on the screen, you can choose higher or lower on certain player stats, whether that's points, rebounds, assists, depending on what sport you're looking at. So you can choose plenty of different options here. Say if you were to go for 4 different entries here, that would be an 8.59 multiplier on 4 picks there. So if I were to put in $20, I could win $171. And you can do this up to 100x. You can put together a ton of different slips from all different games, different sports, all together on one picks entry. Sleeper is a very clean app and really easy to use, and it's available in 25 different states, including Wisconsin. So again, although football is over, there's still plenty of different things to look into and bet on here on Sleeper. And a reminder, code BASS gets you a deposit match up to $500. All the information and the links are down in the description. And I also wanted to remind you guys that I am giving away a full-sized Packers signed Quay Walker helmet. Thank you to Sleeper. And it's very easy to enter. So simply go sign up on the Sleeper app, use code BASS, make a deposit, and make a pick selection. Then head over to Twitter, find my at Basaraski, and send me your favorite picks for any upcoming event. You can simply DM me or reply to any of my tweets, and that'll enter you in this signed full-size Quay Walker helmet here. This giveaway will run through the end of February, and I will announce the winner on March 1st. All right, guys, so now I want to take a look into the specifics of David Bakhtiari's contract. So bringing up his contract on the screen here. If you didn't know already, which we talked about this a lot on other videos on this channel, David Bakhtiari's cap number in 2024 is set to be $40 million, or 16.1% of the Packers salary cap. So no matter what, that is not going to remain. And that's why, to me, a release seems most likely. And of course, now it seems most likely to also The Athletic, and this report makes a lot of sense to me. So David Bakhtiari is due his signing bonus no matter what. This is the $19 million. This is what the Packers are on the hook for no matter what. So if they cut or trade Bakhtiari, this will be the cap hit that we're paying for Bakhtiari in 2024. What the Packers can get out of is this base salary, the $20.2 million. Another reason why, again, I don't see a team trading for Bakhtiari is then they will be on the hook for that $20 million. And is Bakhtiari even healthy? Is he going to be able to start at left tackle for you when you're paying him $20 million? Well, the Packers are going to be paying him $20 million regardless, and he's probably not going to be on the team, but that's because of the contract they gave them. They made that mistake, right? So we can look at now what a cut pre-June 1st, as we see here, would give the Packers in salary cap space, right? So dead money, as I said, they would incur $19 million. That $19 million bonus, that would be dead money. They're going to pay that no matter what. What they save is his base salary, I think also plus the workout bonus right there. So that they'd save $20,935,000. Now, I believe if they were to release him with like an injury designation, they would still be on the hook for like $1.2 million of his salary. I believe there's some little contingency there in the contract or whatnot. So nonetheless, they'd be saving $19 to $20 million off their salary cap. And when you look at the Packers here, you know, right now at the top, we see right now the Packers are over the cap by $2.85 million. And if we were to go ahead and do that to Bakhtiari, do a pre-June 1st cut, which would be before the new league year start, now the Packers jump up to $18 million in cap space. So I know a lot of people, when I make free agent videos or whatnot, they're, oh, the Packers have no money. They're over the cap. They have negative money right now. One move can clear up a lot of cap space for the Green Bay Packers and give them $18 million in cap space. And that's just Bakhtiari. There's also Kenny Clark's deal, Alexander's deal, Aaron Jones, Preston Smith, Devondre Campbell. There's so many different deals on here that the Packers could move around, extend, restructure, cut, whatever, to create even more money. And I released a video on this going down, you know, my route of fixing the Packers salary cap and how much money that would create. So if you didn't watch that yet and you want to go see what that would look like, go click the link right above, because this video isn't about that. It's not about all about the salary cap. But of course, David Bakhtiari and the situation we're in with him has a lot to do with the salary cap. But overall, this is something that I saw coming. So again, this isn't writing on the wall right now. This isn't, oh, David Bakhtiari is being released today. That's not what this report is. This is a report from The Athletic basically stating that this is going to happen. This was written by a Packers insider, Matt Schneiderman, and basically it states, Bakhtiari hopes whatever surgery he had after playing only the season opener in 2023 will finally put him in the clear, but the Packers are getting younger and can't reasonably afford banking on Bakhtiari's knee at his current price. The Packers will assuredly trade or release Bakhtiari. Maybe the New York Jets fork over a late-round pick to reunite Bakhtiari with his old golf cart buddy Aaron Rodgers, and that's not a joke, despite the possibility that he's still elite when healthy, as he showed for a brief Sunday against the Chicago Bears in September. So as it said in that article, the Packers will assuredly release or trade Bakhtiari. Now, I don't agree with the trade because as of things I mentioned, it'd have to wait until after the new league year start, and it just creates a whole mess. So that part I don't agree with in the article, but they assuredly release Bakhtiari, that one I definitely do agree with, and in the coming days or weeks or whatever it may be, that is likely going to happen. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Are you over the whole David Bakhtiari situation? Do you want him to simply be released, you know, gain $19 to $20 million in cap space and move on to Rasheed Walker at left tackle? Me personally, I'm comfortable with Rasheed Walker at left tackle. I believe he's shown enough to, you know, have the Packers trust him at left tackle full time moving forward. And luckily the Packers have someone like Rasheed Walker. Luckily they have this depth to make David Bakhtiari, or allow David Bakhtiari to be expendable, so it's not a situation right now like, oh wow, we kind of have to keep him here, and we kind of have to pay him this money even though he might not play a full season. Luckily, the Packers aren't in that situation. Yes, they're still going to have to pay him, you know, $19 to $20 million of that bonus no matter what, and that much does suck. And I do hope, you know, wherever David Bakhtiari goes, I wish him the best. I do hope he can end up playing in the NFL again and get back to his old self. I just don't see it happening here in Green Bay. But again, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I appreciate you guys coming by to this video. If you could, please leave a like down below. It supports the channel a ton. But I'll catch you on the next one. And as always, go Pack, go.